legacy, she might have fucked herself. I don't know if she was going back, but you know, because they wait till the last minute to tell the girl, so they don't even know yet. But like, I feel like Jill shoots herself in the foot, like recording Andy that time, and then, you know, doing this, you know, big reveal ahead of when he wanted to do it. It's not good. I feel like she probably was going to go back to Legacy, and she still might, but I think he was pretty pissed. I'd be pissed.
And you really think, like, right, because she did the record, you really think that something like this, like revealing this Tamra thing, really could kind of put the nail in your coffin?
Yeah, I mean, they had a plan to do it on Watch What Happens Live, and it couldn't have gone better, because then the way that Tamra did it was amazing, but we already knew it because of Jill. So it was like, okay, I love how they handled it with the orange and everything. I thought it was great. But you know, the surprise was ruined, and that sucks.
It does. And I'm not shading Jill either, but I agree with you. It's just like, Jill, just if you're this close, just keep your head down. You obviously want to go back, which is okay. Nothing wrong with being thirsty, but just keep your head down and stay out of it.
Right. Well, I think ultimately what happened was that I know that Tamra called Vicki to let her know ahead of time because she didn't want her to hear it on Watch What Happens Live. Vicki got very upset. Vicki was at Jill's luncheon. Vicki told Jill and saying, you know, so it's kind of like, oh yeah, no, everyone knows. So she told Jill, and Jill thought everyone knows, apparently. And then she just confirmed it. So it does kind of go back to Vicki as well for kind of fucking it up by telling Jill and saying, yeah, everyone knows. So it takes two.
Are you shocked that Taylor did get this job to go back to RHOC?
No, honestly, because I don't know, as an audience member, I'm sick of meeting new people. I'm not invested in it. They pretend to do what they think they're supposed to do as a housewife. I want to see people that I'm familiar with. Like, I don't want to see any more, you know, what's her faces, the girl with the attorney husband. What's her name?
Jennifer Armstrong? Dr. Armstrong?
Well, yeah, she was boring too, but the other one, like the Nicole, what was her name?
Noella?
Well, like, sometimes I feel like it's too much, and you bring on too many new people. People don't like change when they're watching their stories or their shows. So bringing on new people every season, I don't know. I want to check back in with Taylor on the show and see a familiar face and see what's going on with her now. I mean, I think that it's smart that they're bringing her back, because last season fucking sucked.
It wasn't the greatest in the season.
Yeah.
Do you think, like, because now we have, like, I don't see who you could bring back besides Tamra. You know, now we have Tamra and her. Like, do you think this is it for the OC? Like, this better work, or we got to figure, it's over?
I think it will work, you know, because they all know the job. They all know the assignment. We're familiar with Heather. She's back. I mean, we're like, who else is on it?
Emily and Gina.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like them, but you know, I mean, they didn't do it for me last season, that's for sure. And Emily just pulled a Tamra last season, like when she was like just throwing everything out. And I told Tamra, I'll tell Tamra whatever. And like, just don't say the most obvious thing to say it, because that's what Emily did. And it was just so annoying, because we want that buildup. We want the suspense, you know, and Tamra knows what she's doing. So I think it'll be really good, actually.
Are you shocked that they didn't ask Vicki back also?
No. I think that they need like that one person that holds down the franchise. Like Beverly Hills has Kyle. She's been on since the beginning. Without Kyle, I feel like it wouldn't be a show, because she is the anchor. And I thought that Vicki and Tamra kind of did it together, but Tamra never really got to get out of Vicki's shadow. She always had to deal with Vicki and taking care of her. So I think it's time for the audience to get to see Tamra on her own, which we've all loved, and see what she does without Vicki.
I agree with, like, we agree with like everything so far. I mean,
oh, good.
No, I mean, really, I'm not just saying that. I'm just shocked. It's kind of like, I don't know. Like, I don't know everything, but it's kind of like, I'm shocked more that like Vicki's shocked that she's not going back. That's what I'm more shocked about.
Yeah, I think that Vicki kind of felt like her and Tamra were a package deal. If one was going back, the other was going back. But, you know, Vicki did sue Bravo before. Like, Vicki's pulled some shit and Tamra hasn't. So, yeah, when you sue Bravo, they are not super excited about you ever again. And I think Vicki's story's been told. Like we've seen the story. I want her to go and find love and be happy without a camera in her face.
What did Vicki sue Bravo for?
I don't remember. Do you remember there was like some anonymous lawsuit and they had her on as like they brought her out into the reunion late, like as a friend of, as punishment or something. But she tried to do it under an anonymous name and they talked about it on the reunion. I'm thinking, I always say this wrong, you don't shit where you eat. Do you know what I mean? Like, I always say you don't shit where you live, but I think that most people do.
I agree. I don't think, like people are talking now about the Nene Leakes thing, which was like that lawsuit's dismissed without prejudice. Like, I mean, do you think Nene can ever go back?
I don't think that Bravo doesn't like when you sue them. Like who wants to do that? Like I know for a fact, like when there was a lawsuit happening with me and, then I will not sue anyone unless they harm my children. But we're on a reality show. Like, this is what we're going to do. People are going to say the most fucked up things about us. Get the fuck over it. And people don't realize they're replaceable. You know what I mean? Like, we're all replaceable. There's enough rich bitches in town to take all of our jobs. But if we do it right and we do it respectfully, I think with the people that are paying us all of this, it's a lot of fucking money. Yeah, if you get fired, there's no such thing as job security in this, what we're doing. Just kind of do it gracefully.
I always say that in my next life, I'm going to open like a school for housewives and I'm going to tell you what to do like your first year. And this is said with no ego, what to do your fourth year. And when you're going to get fired, you should just accept that day one. But
Right.
Everyone is so shocked when it happens to them. It's like, you're not special. It happened to Vicki. It happened to Dorinda. It happens to it happens to you. It happens to like people that make great TV. It just is the job.
And I think that the longer people are on, the more money they make. And people are realizing if we can get someone for almost no money and we can stop paying this person millions, let's cut the budget. You know what I mean? However, I do, like I said, I don't love when they bring on new people all the time, but every once in a while, I think it's important to get rid of the Vickies or the Lisa Vanderpumps. It's like someone who's like owned the show forever.
What about Beverly Hills? How are you feeling about Beverly Hills this season?
Oh gosh, it does seem like two teams. You know what I mean? It seems like Sutton and Garcelle, and they're going to ride hard for each other, and everyone else. And then Kyle's kind of in the middle, making sure that there's a story. And she's getting a lot of fucking hate for it, but she's doing her job. And Kyle and I are good. We text all the time, and she hates the hate. But like, if she wasn't saying,